Well, James, we saw that rand strengthening a little bit yesterday afternoon and this morning, weakening slightly as we head into the afternoon session, back around 7.50 against the dollar. But we did see some support coming through. Could that have been due to those buoyant metal prices, and particularly the gold price that we've seen over the past couple of days?
Yeah, that's possible. The gold price certainly has reacted. It's been a lot stronger over the last week, moving up to the 1250 level. That obviously the commodity-based currencies do benefit from. You look at the Australian dollar as well this morning, strengthened. So that sort of adds to general rand strength. We've seen a little bit of a rebound on the rand today from its stronger levels in the lower 40s. And that's pretty much, we've seen some imported demand in the lower 40s, making the rand retrace a little bit higher. And yeah, that's pretty much where we are at the moment. Also, the euro is a little bit softer at the moment, having come down to around the 125.80. So that's under pressure, and that's also leading to rand weakness at the moment.
Of course, it's difficult to tell what sentiment's really like at the moment, because we saw that massive surge in equity markets around the globe on Monday after news of that stabilization fund from Europe. We saw a pullback on Tuesday, a rebound on Wednesday, another pullback today. Do you think it's still very tentative at this stage, James?
It really is, yeah. I mean, if you look, although the good news did come out over the weekend with regards to euro, there are still very big concerns there. So one positive to take from it is the euro that had been weakening significantly amongst all the confusion and uncertainty, it has at least stopped that rapid decline and created a little bit more stability. Although we do seem to, on a technical basis, look like the euro can weaken further, it's not as volatile as it was last week, and that's never good for financial markets.
What's the bond market doing in the meantime, James?
The bond market at the moment, obviously on the MPC day, has been trading pretty flat, in line with expectations of no change in interest rates. The bond market is almost treading water, and yeah, there's not a lot of interest rate activity at the moment.
Of course, we did have manufacturing numbers out yesterday, better than expected, 6.3% growth year on year, and the market was looking for a figure of about 3%. If anything, do you think this will even decrease the chance further of an interest rate cut when the MPC wraps up this afternoon?
Yeah, that's quite right. Very, very good manufacturing figures. Those will bode well for GDP. It adds to positive sentiment surrounding the rand at the moment. So yeah, with regards to the MPC outcome, as broadly expected, there should be no change to interest rates. And as Jill Marcus has said, unless we see some terrible, negative changes to inflation data or other monetary figures, the rates will remain unchanged, and certainly this is a good figure. So yeah, I don't see that influencing or increasing the chances of a rate cut.
Of course, that manufacturing data coming off a low base, but still showing quite nice growth for March, and that's despite the rand in March being pretty strong at that time.
That's right, yeah, that is positive. I mean, a large portion of the manufacturing number was the motor vehicle industry, and we've seen new plants opening up in the motor vehicle manufacturing industry locally, and that is happening with a strong rand is encouraging. We're hearing calls this week for fixing the rand and creating a weaker rand, but the fact that we are still manufacturing vehicles profitably and there is demand overseas for them with the strong rand, that is encouraging.
Well, James, perhaps just looking at what's supporting the rand at the moment, we've also had news of potential merger and acquisition activity. Of course, there is that Nedbank Standard Chartered rumour that's going around at the moment. Also, Massmart, its share price up 5% over the past 2 days, well, 5% in each of the past 2 days. And that's because of that recurring story that Massmart might be looking at the local retailers and could make an acquisition of either Massmart or of ShopRite Checkers. I mean, do you think this is supporting the rand on the potential inflows that could come into the country?
It certainly does. The market obviously looks for previous incidences and bank takeovers, M&A activity that will result in huge foreign exchange flows. The market responds accordingly. So any sort of news like that is going to strengthen the rand. As to the source of those rumours, well, at the moment it's pure speculation, but that does not deny the fact that markets react to these sort of things.